very fascinating, very interesting. Uh, I like it. You see, I use the free version, but the paid version seems to have so many options and research and things of that nature that are very, very nice. However, they use a subscription plan. And, for me, for some things, especially my writing software, hey, I like to pay for it outright, like I've done Scrivener now for, some years. And so, don't get me wrong, I'm going to keep Scrivener. But to say that Papyrus doesn't have some options in their paid version that I think are very, worth checking out is to really be an understatement, because they do. Now, for this afternoon, I want to talk about a prior series that I did. It was 4 parts, and it was called The Lion, Leader, and Sage. And this is part 1, which I'll play for you here soon. Before I do that, I want you to know that I've made some updates on the graduation day with the poetry flair, you see. And there are more coming. I'm just placing them in order, even though I may be writing about them, for later chapters. But however, I am in, chapter 8 now. You can go to booknet.com and follow along, read it, you see. And you can see the last 2 that have been added to chapter 8. So please go take a look at that. And if you're interested in that type of nonfiction. And so now, for the rest of the day, I'm getting into again the combination of not only some factual statements, but some storytelling too that's in this series, The Lion, the Leader, and the Sage. And as I said, this is part 1. And by the time we get to part 4, which is very lengthy, as far as I think it's about 40, maybe close to 50 minutes, I believe. It's a story that I tell in it that I think a lot of persons have appreciated it. I may not play that one on Twitch at any time. Realize that, see, this is the popbooks.com website, but you can go and do a search and listen to all of them on your own. You don't even have to wait for me to show them on Twitch. This is just to highlight some of the podcasts over the years, the ones that have been either serious, funny, or documentary. Yes, we got quite a few of those too, and I don't think I've shown you or talked about any of those beforehand. All right, so thanks for being here on this Twitch as always, and I'm going to share this with you right now. Okay, I'm going to switch microphones so that I get a nice quality sound in here, and let's see if we can say. Pocketbooks update moment, and I'm sure that many of you will enjoy this account. Why is it going to be a part 4 and not just a part 1? Because, as you have seen and appreciated over the years, that sometimes we just develop certain points. When the last time you even heard me state words mean something? How many of you remember how I used to say that from time to time on the podcast? Yes, it's been probably over a year, if not more, that I've stated it so clearly and so precise as words mean something. With that in mind, keep also the experience of different things that we've talked about from poetry and also real life experiences. We've talked a lot about these things, have we not? Yes, we certainly have. And so take what I'm about to say, not with a grain of salt, but still take what I'm about to say in the form of a Aesop fable, if you will. You see, stories is just meant to teach something. It doesn't mean that everything in it is going to be, exactly right, verbatim, or what have you, but it's just something to think about in part 4, a short story that will be shared. Now, to build up to that point, the first thing that I want to share with you is why it's called the Lion, Leader, and Sage. Did I leave out anything? Did I leave out anyone or any type of animal or person or group? Well, yes, I did. I didn't put another group in the title for this reason, because it will not be focused on until part 4. Well, what group is that? I think I'll wait to tell you in the next podcast or in part 3 what that group is. But all the same, let's give you some characteristics of what these characters, these protagonists, well, normally it's like really one main protagonist here. So I want to mention that all 3 of them do have positive qualities, and so they can have a positive role in any type of story. But we want to focus in on really their decision-making processes, why they make the type of decisions that they make. For example, you have the lion, and when you think about a lion, what thoughts come in your mind? What are their characteristics? Are there many characteristics that you like about a lion? I'm sure there is for many of you. What about a leader? What are the characteristics that you look for in a leader? We talk about this. Then a sage. What is a sage? What is a characteristic of a sage? How will they factor into this story in part 4? You will see. But in part 2 of this, preliminary storytelling or giving you some background information, it will basically prepare you to see how all of these protagonists, I'm having 3 of them, actually still fit together. And by part 4, you will see the importance of what they were talking about and how it actually does affect society, if not the whole world that we live in today. All right? I'm James Lynch. Thank you for being here in this Pop Books Update moment. You have a wonderful, wonderful day.